Hey everyone, welcome back to Stones Hill Homestead. If you're new here, I'm Kim, and we are continuing the Pantry Challenge. We are mid-February, and I am really trying to use things in my pantry from my harvest last season and things I've canned. So I started off with a quart of soup base, and this soup base I can use for chili, for taco soup, for stuffed green pepper soup, because it does have all the vegetables in it, the meat. This one does have ground beef in it. But today I am making a pizza soup. It intrigued me a little bit, and I thought I would try it out. So here you see me pouring in or adding some ground sausage with some onion that was fried in together. And this is going to really top off this soup. It is really good with this sausage. I didn't realize how much this changed the flavor of the base to really make it taste like you're eating a bowl of pizza. Of course, this is great because it has no carbs in it, and it was quite hearty. I do add pepperoni as well into this soup so that it is more like a pizza. And we ended up really loving this soup. It was quite the comfort soup. I'm going to leave this set in the crock pot for 2 to 4 hours. It's all cooked. It really just needs to come together and warm up. So it's quite a quick meal. If you're looking to make it very quickly, you would just fry up your sausage, your onion, and pour the jar of your base in like I did, and do it on the stove. I just decided to use my small Pampered Chef crock pot here. It's called a rock crock, but it's quite handy for small meals for just two of us. So I am only making this. I'm going to let this meld together and we will get busy. And now it's ready to go. So I am adding it now. And as you can see, I've already added the pepperoni. There you can see slices of pepperoni, and I cut that pepperoni up in little slices before I put it in. And it just really was perfect for this soup. And I'm showing you here the pepperoni and the green peppers and all the great seasonings. And this is using up things that I have in my freezer. I believe Pantry Living has been doing a freezer challenge, and Stephanie has helped inspire me to work through my freezer as well. So check out her channel as well. And of course, I want to give thanks to Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead for hosting this. I'm adding some mozzarella cheese. I got a little bit heavy-handed on the cheese here. Still was delicious, but I should have used a little bit less. But who are we kidding? I love cheese, and it just tastes great. I had this in my refrigerator, and again, just trying to use up things that were in the freezer, refrigerator, to really do well in this pantry challenge. And it was a great soup. We will be adding this to our winter comfort soup rotation for sure. We've got this lovely bowl cozy that I use for hot dishes when we're eating. To go along with this, I made my first attempt at focaccia bread in the bread maker. I only use the dough setting. I can't do a lot of kneading and things like that with my back that I broke I guess it's been 3 years ago now. And it still is rough on me. I'm still working through that. I don't have any pain. I just get tired. So I'm still trying to build up strength with that. So as my first attempt using this, I'm sure I didn't do everything correctly, but here I'm adding olive oil to the top like the recipe stated. And I'm just using a bread maker recipe. Then you take your fingers here and you poke your divots into your focaccia bread. It looked great. It felt great. I know that sounds weird, but I felt like I did it correctly according to the recipe. And maybe it was the recipe that I used. I didn't have coarse salt, what I think they call coarse salt. So I used what I had. I ended up using a garlic salt, which gave this a great crunch on top, the way the coarser salt is supposed to. It tasted great. And I did end up finding that that was perfect for this. Then it says to add like Parmesan cheese and other toppings. I wished I wouldn't have added the Parmesan cheese, as you'll see why here in a bit. I was going to grate some, and I had some in a package. I should not have used the packaged cheese. That was probably the failure of the cheese. I used what I had already shredded in a package, and you know, it's true what they say that packaged cheese has that coating. It's just not the best for you. So next time I will use one of my wedges and I'll just grate it. And I get that from Azure Standard. Then I do sprinkle it with some oregano. Since this is going to be used for a couple Italian dishes that I'm going to be having over the weekend, I decided to add some oregano. And here it comes out of the oven. As you can see, the cheese got dark, which is fine. It tasted good. It was not a failure. I'm cutting it here. And when I see focaccia bread on other people's videos, I notice it's got big tunnels in it. This is more of a flat bread, which worked good for what we were having this weekend for our meals. And it was a great use of ingredients. It did not go to waste. It has a good flavor. I'm not saying that it was bad. For my first attempt, I think it was really good for me, and we did like it. The crunch on top, like I said, I would have used grated cheese. You can see that there's no tunnels in this, and maybe I expect tunnels with more of my sourdough style, and maybe that's where I failed on this, since I did use hard red wheat flour, and maybe that was our bread flour, and maybe that was the difference there. But I will try this again. I think it was overall a success for this meal, and I will do it again. The pantry challenge is going great for us. I still have not went to the grocery store into mid-February. We only have went out once to eat in January, and that was the 1st of January for crab legs. And I am working through organization on my pantry as I use things up. The jars, I have not used as many as I expected or wanted to, but I am working through a lot of freezer stuff, which is a win for us as well. The pantry shelves I can use all summer long for quick meals as well. So I'm not too concerned about it, but we are doing well. So just thank you everyone for joining. Here's my final meal. This is what it looked like. And as always, be blessed and laugh as much as you breathe. Have a great day, everyone.